fact, I'm about to commit Canadian blasphemy, but I think Drake's pretty shit.
Wow. What a controversial opinion, man. Jesus.
You'd be surprised. Like, I tell
Hard
people,
to
and they're just
take.
kind of like, what? He's your messiah. It's like he's like deadbeat father.
I barely ever. Oh, maybe it's like a European thing, but I barely ever see people who like Drake.
Yeah, because they're all fucking, I don't know, at home.
Yeah. But sometimes I to be honest, sometimes like Hotline Bling comes on, and I'm like, this is actually not bad. Like,
Is that the one where it's like, you should call me on my
cell phone?
Bro, that's I think that's what sealed the coffin for me. That was the nail in the coffin. I heard that one. It was like, you got like, oh, you should call me on my cell phone. I was like, that's your song?
It's not terrible. You're being silly. That
so
one I
stupid.
cut the first ever episode on with
He's like, you
niche
used
song
to call me on my
criticism,
cell
it's
phone,
silly.
but you
That's
don't call me on my cell phone anymore. But then like he doesn't have 45 other people on his fucking ready to go at texting him. He's like, no, but you specifically
Yeah.
are not on my cell
No,
phone anymore.
Lyrically, it's garbage. Like, it's complete garbage. But
Visually, it's garbage.
I think it sounds all right. It sounds all right if you just ignore what's being said.
We're done. No. But for any listeners at home, though, thank you very much for tuning in and bearing with us for that bullshit. This is the first episode. We're gonna
What
be
bullshit?
posting. Yeah. What bullshit? I'm very serious about it. I think that song is really amazing, actually. And I won't die on this hill. My name is Daniel Lucas.
I like how before we recorded this, I was like, okay, we should do the schedule where we talk about this and this and this, and now I'm talking about Drake for like fucking 10 minutes.
Yeah, we were literally going over notes, like, let's come up with some structure, let's get across a message, and then as soon as we start talking, I don't know how, I think it was me, we started talking about Drake, and it's just like, fuck Drake.
I came in here, I
That's
slammed the fold on the table. I went, James, you fucking idiot. We bringing structure into this thing. This is going to be professional now, man. You better listen the fuck up. And then 10 minutes in, and I've derailed everything.
I said that, actually. Well, hence the name of the podcast, like, we're giving it a go.
We're giving it a go.
We're giving structure a go.
So is Drake.
Yeah,
Giving it a go at the music. To be fair now, to old Drake's giving it a fair old go at the music.
He's giving
He's giving it a good old go. You know, he's trying his best.
That's probably how his mom talks about him to her friends. I was like, how's Drake with how is your son? Oh, he's giving music a go. I don't know why she's Irish all of a sudden, but very good.
He's trying his best. He's trying his best anyways. You know?
Exactly.
I think that's all that matters.
Yeah, but this is our first podcast that we'll be posting out there. So first of all, thank you very much for tuning in. We just figured we'd take this first episode just to kind of give you guys an introduction about who we are,
Yeah.
what will let us here, and just give you an idea of like, where we'll be going forward from here.
Yeah, let's do that.
So fuck Drake.
No, I think we've already said that you're Canadian, so you should go first.
Yeah, sure. So for those who don't know, if there's any international listeners, that was too hard of a laugh. Come on, have some
It's
faith.
the way you said that, dude.
Have some faith. No, but like this is a podcast based in Ireland. I'm Canadian, but I'm half Irish. My mom is from a little town called Youghal, and then I moved over here around 4 years ago now, actually. Because I have the Irish passport. I wanted to see what we get into, like what it would get me, just in general. And then I had started doing a bit of comedy in Canada, like literally 5 open mics. But then I started doing it a lot more earnestly here before COVID. Just because it was a bit of a passion. I didn't know Dan at this point. I didn't know fucking anybody. I just sought out an open mic and I just started going into it.
What was the first open mic you did?
That was at this place called the Battle of the Axe Bar.
I heard about the Battle of the Axe. A lot of people started out on that.
Sure.
Yeah.
And London, Ontario, yeah, all the greats started out in London, Ontario. None of that London, England bullshit.
There used to be a place called Battle of the Axe in Dublin. I just fucked up. Of course, in London, Ontario, no big names came from there.
Yeah, literally. Oh my god, no, literally. So I did like 5 open mics there. I was like trying it out, and the reason why I started doing it was like I owe it, like, it's just typical stand-up comedian story where it's just like, I had always made people laugh. I'd always like felt like I could do it, and then I just thought, after like a breakup, new job, people were moving away, and I was just thinking like, it's at times like that you do some wild shit, like take up a new hobby. And I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm doing comedy. And I've been hooked ever since. But then 5 weeks later, I moved over to Ireland on 2 week notice, actually. I do have a funny story about that actually, but I
Yeah.
don't know how much we want to get into it. But I moved over to Ireland
Well, why did you move to Ireland? What's the reason? Tell me.
spontaneously.
That's what we should get into.
Everything was falling apart for me over there. Like, what was it? Like, my mom was moving over here. I'd broken up with a girlfriend. Like, I was having a hard time finding like a room over there, and I didn't like the work I was doing either. Like, I was just looking around. I was like, no, this is pretty shit. So I just thought, fuck it, I'm gonna move over to Ireland. So I did it on 2 week notice. All I did was book a flight, and I said I'd figure out from there. The only thing is though, is that I didn't have the Irish passport at the time.
Yeah.
So this is literally what happened. I showed up to the border, like when you get off the plane, and the lady's just like, what is your business in Ireland? And I was like, I came here to live. And she's like, you can't just do that. Like, what are you talking about, you moron? And I handed over a Canadian passport, and I was like, well, I don't know. I got my dog in the crate. I don't. She's like, you brought your dog? And I was
Oh
like,
my god.
and I was like, yeah. I was like, yeah. Is that
How
gonna
did
be a
you get
problem?
out of that, dude? That sounds like a legal nightmare.
Bro, this is where like I don't know, my like pure ignorance and like honesty I think got me out of a jam, because I was like, because they're at the border, I think they're looking for people that are trying to like screw over the system, or they're trying to like, smuggle in drugs or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Me, I was just fucking stupid. I just walked in and I was like, wow, nice airport you got here. And she's just looking at like, you fucking moron. So number one, it's like, for her, she's like, all right, this is gonna fuck up my day if I have to deal with this. But she checked my passport. She's seen I've been there a few times. I got her on the phone with my uncle Patty, who lives in Dublin, which is funny in its own right, because back in Canada, people thought like, oh, you don't have family in Ireland. It's like, I have an uncle Patty who lives in Dublin. They're like, bullshit. Because that just sounds ridiculous. But I had like given her enough cues there, and my mom had landed a little bit before, so I put this lady literally on the phone with a few of my family members enough times. Mind you, the whole time I didn't realize the gravity of the situation.
Yeah.
I was happy out, just like, yeah, no, talk to Patty, he'll tell you about it. So she's like, listen, I'll give you a 3-month sort of visitor visa, like, get your shit sorted out or we're both in trouble. And then I was like, yeah, that probably wasn't a smart move. I was like, that probably wasn't a good move. She's like, no. And she carries on. And it wasn't until I was walking away where I was like, that could have been really bad.
Yeah, it could have been really bad.
Yeah,
Too.
I was like, fuck.
You're extremely lucky to have a family that's so strong and supportive. That was very lucky.
Yeah,
man.
so strong and supportive enough to answer a phone call.
Yeah.
And just be like, sorry, you did what?
Yeah,
He's
but
where?
still, imagine if
it's-
if you didn't have family in Ireland, you'd be like, whoops.
Yeah, well,
Guess I'll fly back.
to be fair, like I'm stupid, but I'm not stupid enough to do that. I'm not stupid enough to go to like Latvia.
Yeah.
And he's like, I came here to live. Do you have any family? No. I brought my dog. Is that
Yeah.
okay? I know. I was like, no. So I got my passport sorted out, but in the time, I was like living in Yall, which is like an hour-long bus ride up to the city to do gigs here. And I was just off to the races there. And then that's when I was like a few months into that. And that's where I met Daniel Lucas, who had started a bit after me, who was also new to Ireland. So now I'm curious. Well, I'm sure the viewers are curious to hear, like, what brought you to Ireland? Like, what is your journey here?
Yeah. So I got on a plane, and then I landed.
So anyway.
No.
No, what brought you over here, man? Since you're like, nah, bro, like, okay. This is my life story, Dad. We say nothing, we tell nothing.
I
to
will
no one.
tell, but do you know whose gin that is behind us?
Yours now.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is episode 1, and I'm drinking a random gin, so this is a great podcast. And then
I can get whiskey upstairs, actually.
let's not get up.
It's upstairs, yeah.
Let's continue this.
I'll wait until I inevitably have to go.
Oh, that was a bad idea. That was a bad idea. And now we officially did drugs on the podcast. If you're really lame and
Yeah, gin, that's right. We're party hard. No, but fucking stop dancing around. What brought you over to Ireland, Doug?
I'm not dancing around it. I'm just trying to remember.
Let's get to the point.
It was a job.
Why
There
are you
go.
here?
It's a much more boring story. I was living in England, and then I got a job offered in Ireland by a company that paid well, and I just kind of took it because I was tired of being poor.
Hey, good shit. Yeah, all right.
I was a poor ass student for like 4 years, and that was like lower middle class salary. So I was like, hell yeah, I get to run my own place. I had to leave all my friends and everyone I knew behind, but honestly, I think it's good to move places.
100%.
I think it's good to uproot and move somewhere new. I very deeply believe that. I think it's especially in Europe, it's so handy. It's one of the best things because in Europe you can just do that. You can just be like, I'm gonna go live here now.
Yeah,
Should we
100%. Yeah.
flash your fucking European passport? Everybody's like, yep.
Oh, and traveling in general, like let alone
Mm.
moving, but just the ability to just like go around and travel. Like the example I give is like over in Europe, if you're to travel like diagonally 2,000 miles across Europe, you're gonna come across like, let's say 40 cultures, languages, or 40 different McDonald's ads. Right?
Yeah.
But you can travel like 6,000 diagonal miles across like, North America. Same shit.
Yeah.
McDonald's, get fat.
America's also really ugly, man. Let's not get into America bashing straight away, because it's probably gonna happen on this podcast a lot. But
That podcast will be called Dan and James Try to Bash America.
yeah, we do it all the
Who's
time.
out of the door? P.S. is SWAT
I think
team.
that's one of the most common things when you talk about randomly is how shit America is.
I don't know. Well, the thing is, like, going back to your point there.
I mean, fucking hell yeah, freedom, brother.
Well, the thing is, in the States, though, like, I'm Canadian, but I was raised in Florida, and I'm with you on that. The point you just said there, where it's like it's good to travel around because
I love how you fucking.
You get this.
It's like the ultimate get up.
Let's be serious for a moment. Let's actually talk about
I just love this. The ultimate get out of jail free card. No, because it's related. How you can always just be like, well, I'm Canadian actually, but I lived amongst them.
Oh, literally, I was like Jane Goodall.
Yeah.
I was in the fucking pig trough. All right.
You lived in the most American of American places, dude, man. Florida.
I would say that Florida is like its own subcategory because it's like not even like you could have the most hardcore American patriot out there who's like America's number one, and it's like, what about Florida? Look, no one's perfect.
Yeah.
Like they just don't. But I was there but going back to your point though about traveling around, like I think it's very good because like I learned to stop judging or like sort of like ranking countries, if that makes sense. Like I go to places and I just say like, oh, this is how you do things, it gives you a bit more wisdom to it.
You stopped I started judging more.
You went the other way.
I fully disagree.
You have a proper ranking. Yeah, you have like a proper ranking. So this one's number one.
I started judging, dude. As soon as you see countries everywhere, the thing that I start judging about the most is about how like everybody is the same. Like people are just the same no matter where you go.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody makes such a big deal out of like different cultures and stuff. It's like you sit down with a fucking person anywhere, you're gonna talk about 90% of the time. You're gonna talk about the same shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Weather,
You know what I like though is the flip side, and like you get this goes for anywhere. But like I remember back in Canada, this one quote that got me. I was working at a brewery, and this lady comes in, and she's like, I was like, just making small talk. I was like, where are you from? And she's like Scarborough. I was like, oh, where is that? She's like, Toronto. It's kind of a big deal. And I was just thinking like, no one gives a fuck. I guarantee people in Miami do not give a fuck about Scarborough, Ontario. It's like when you come across small town people who are just like, yo, man, I live and die on the streets of London, Ontario. It's like, whoa, shit. Like, they don't even realize how small-minded that is. And it's good to get out of that.
We should talk about where we're from as well, man. Just to finish my story about moving to Ireland.
Oh, yeah.
I got a job offer. I moved over for the job, and then they put me up in a hotel for like 3 weeks. So I spent 3 weeks in this hotel and then started living in like rented accommodation around Ireland, and fucking it's like nice. I like it. I lived in England before. I like it. And I don't have much more of a story to it. I started doing comedy after moving here because it was like a bucket list thing for me, and then I did it and it went well. And then the host of the show told me to come back. I was like, okay, fuck it, I come back. I came back and it went well again, and then it was like nonstop.
Yeah, I remember that. You started off strong, man. Yeah, I remember your first few shows, and then the thing I liked about you was a small character thing.
Yeah.
I remember literally the first night we did comedy. I only remember one joke your set, but I remember you walked out of the room, and some of the comics were still talking, and you came back in, and you just said genuinely like, hey guys, I just want to say I had a great time. I really like this. And it was genuinely like a nice moment. I was like, oh, well, nice to meet you too, man. It was cool. It was like one of those small indicators like, all right, he's good people. Like, I remember thinking like, all right, he's on the good side,
Yeah, I was feeling very grateful because everybody was so nice immediately, and
then you walked out of the room. You should have heard. No.
Fucking weird.
Get that guy the fuck out of here. Nah, dude, I remember that.
German doing comedy.
Yeah.
What?
There's a reason there's none doing it. No, I'm just kidding. But like, no, like I remember early on, you like, just, you can tell you like, he's cool people. I don't know his story, but you gave off a good vibe from the get.
That's nice. I'm glad to hear. So did you, man. So did you. You have a very good vibe.
Thanks, man. Cheers, bro. Yeah, man. And I think we're jumping the gun a little bit there, but that's partially where like, we just kept clicking. Like that's the thing I like about our friendship as well, where it's like we do comedy and it's cool like to have like, it's one of those things where like, you could have like hobby friends where you just talk about them with hobbies.
Yeah.
But
hobby friends.
You know what I mean? No. Talk about your normal person where it's just like they have a day job and it's like they
sound
talk
like
a soccer club, but they
sound
only
like a
talk
character from Mean Girls, dude.
I grew up in Florida. That's
she's
right.
She's more of a hobby friend.
I'm like, she's more of a hobby friend. Do not talk to me on school, otherwise I will have to tell you that you are ugly. No,
she's more one of those hobby friends, just friend.
But you have like different segments of friends and stuff like that. But like the thing is like not yourself, but also the comedian group. It's like it always grew a bit more beyond that. I don't know if that's the scene here or whatever, but like I always felt it was easy to kind of hang out with you guys as friends who happen to do comedy, as opposed to being like, oh, I hang out with these guys because that's where the comedy's at. You know what I mean? Like it grew beyond just doing stand up.
No, I get you. I agree. And it was very welcoming immediately, especially because it's hard when you move to new places. The older you get, the harder it becomes to like make friends, because you can either like fucking go and get absolutely fucking hammered every night to try like find fleeting connections, or you can pick up a hobby and meet people and like that's it.
Yeah.
Or people at work, but boo.
Oh man, work friends. Yeah. Like work friends are weird because it's like you're basically getting paid to be their friend.
Yeah.
Which takes a little bit out of it. Even if they're really nice, it just dirties the relationship.
Yeah. I think most
of the
time everybody's just trying to get on with it, which I appreciate.
Yeah, exactly.
I appreciate that. And then the nice people you do meet are like really nice, but you also have to deal with a lot of people you would never deal with.
Not in my current job. Everyone there is great. Please keep me employed.
Yeah, not in my last 4 or 5, all the jobs I ever had.
Yeah. All those other jobs that don't pay me anymore, they were shit. But the one I have now, weirdly enough.
I think work colleagues I didn't like. No, I didn't like them though. That's the thing. I didn't
say that again?
Work colleagues that I didn't like, they know I didn't like them. You know what I mean? Like when someone annoys me and when like someone's presence makes my life more miserable, I'm pretty short with them.
Yeah, I think this is where the Canadian in me kicks in, where it's like you have to really piss me off for me to even let you know that I'm not happy with you. I have a huge like valley of tolerance for people.
I get it. No,
he's just great, and they'll talk to him after that guy's a fucking terrible person.
I think you're definitely it's definitely a better way to be the way you are, but it's just I can't help it. Like it's just the way I am.
Well, I think it's two things. Number one, I think there's a bit of empathy there where like I don't want to be mean to someone if I don't need to be, but it's also like a lot of effort. It's just like I don't want to like if I say some shit there and it pops off, it's like fuck. I now have to deal with this now.
I'd say my tolerance is pretty fucking high as well though. Like you have like uber godly patience with people, and that's something I'd say about you. You are so insanely kind. You have like the most patience I've ever seen in a person.
Oh, thanks, Dan.
Yeah,
wow.
I think you would be like the fucking Hercules of what is it called?
Hercules of
customer service lines.
I'm just picturing some jack dude at like Tesco.
No, you'd be like the Messi. You know, the footballer Messi. You'd be like the Messi of customer service lines.
The GOAT.
Yeah, that'd be like an absolute Uber Karen. Everybody's head is like hurting. They're like, call James, man, call James.
Oh, bro,
it's a job for James.
I was gonna refute that, but I like the job. I was working at an off license in y'all during COVID.
Yeah,
and let me tell you, all the conspiracy theorists and everybody like that, all the worst of society that were in that town, they loved me.
Yeah.
I know that's a weird one. Like, that's the
have
question
a lot of
I'll pose
patience with people. That's I think it's a very good thing to have.
And this is a question I'll pose out to you. All right, you're in my situation at an off license, and like, let's just like, I don't know, just some COVID racist fucking person really likes you. What do? Do you roll with it, or do you let them know I don't agree with your stance.
What do you mean? If they just buy beers from you, like, at the off-license?
Yeah, but they also talk shit, and it's like
He's just doing customer service. That's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
That's fine.
I think I told you before. Like, I made the mistake of one of them. I've given my number to one of them because I wanted to buy weed off him.
Oh yeah, I remember you told me.
And then he still sends me like fucking text messages and like conspiracy theories. I call it like push notifications for like racism. Like, I like to keep an eye. It's good. Like, I like to keep tabs. I'm like I do not respond at all, but I like to know like where, because I see him as like a signal for like the conspiracy theories as a whole.
Yeah.
I like to keep tabs and see where they're at.
Yeah, I'm you know me, I'm quite a political person. I do like
very political. In fact, you've taught me a lot about politics.
Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate that. It's always nice when we talk about stuff.
I was about to
about stuff like that.
Not the first podcast. No. We'll reel him in before I start going radical.
But I was just gonna say, I think even I would find it annoying when people like in like everyday situations always have to make it about politics. It's like, come on. Relax a little bit. Like, I am very political, and if someone wants to fucking talk about politics, I talk to them about it and I'll get into it and stuff. But come on. Sometimes I feel like people want to go up to like fucking construction workers and be like, "You've never read Lenin?"
It's like, yeah, you never. Yeah.
Go away.
Why would he? He's putting down concrete right now. At what point is he gonna need to know? Like his thoughts
back
on like
is gonna break by the age of 49. Will you just relax?
Go up to any tradesman and tell them and ask them if they know what the bourgeoisie is.
Yeah.
There's a 1 out of 10 chance you'll get punched in the face. It's like, what did you just call me? I think it's just like French for bastard or something like that.
I think what you need to do is you need to vote, and you need to vote for people that you think do the right thing or do the best with what they can, and then you've done your bit.
I don't
like
vote.
That's the most powerful thing you can do.
I don't vote. I'm terrible at that. I'm terrible at that.
I'm gonna change this over the course of the podcast. Mr. Canadian, where do you vote? Do you vote Canada? Do you vote Ireland?
Nowhere. I can vote both places. I don't vote anywhere.
Right. Wait.
That's wild, though. I actually have 2 votes in this world.
We're going to cast James's vote on the podcast. You're not going to tell us who we vote for. No, this is happening. You're not going to tell us who you're voting for because I don't want you to tell it in public. But we're going to talk about every single candidate. We're going to talk about it. We're going to fucking in great detail. And then you're going to go vote and we're going to talk about it on the podcast afterwards.
Well, how about this, though? Counterpoint. What if you had, like, one of those spinning circles? And then it's just whoever lands on... Gemma O'Doherty. Oh, very good. I hope she has solid tax policies. They've been biting me in the ass recently. That'll do. That'll do.
Well, we're doing it. That's a part of the podcast now. We're gonna cast James's first vote in Ireland.
That's the name of the podcast. Dan and James try
to vote. Yeah,
I like that. Yeah. Fuck, bring this. Yo. Oh shit. Wow. Zing. High five. We're coming at you fast. You don't know what's happening. For those people who are listening. You won't even know if you saw it, man. We're coming at you quick. Politics, fuckery, gin, whatever.
I think this is a good first episode that we ever recorded for the podcast. Our first time, man.
I just keep fucking recording. I just keep remembering how just before this podcast, like, we're gonna have this one structured.
Let's talk about where we're from. Let's say where each other is from. That'd be fun.
Okay. And
you are from London, Ontario, in Canada.
Nope.
No?
Not originally. I moved here from there, but I'm not there originally.
Oh, but you lived there, and you lived in Florida.
Yep.
Fort Lauderdale?
Close to it, yeah. I'll give you that.
Ah, nice. And then you lived in Ireland, in Youghal, and now you live here.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Yeah. That's it. Like, I like to... Sometimes it can seem like it was a bit complicated.
Where were you born?
Edmonton, Alberta.
Alberta?
Yeah. Middle of buttfuck nowhere. It's an oil town. I don't know. I haven't been there since I was 5.
Oil town.
That's literally is.
What does that mean? What sort of word is that? When you say it's an oil town, I imagine you walk in there and they're like, "Kid, see, we'll make you rich in this town."
Sesame oil, rapeseed, olive oil. We're an oil town here in Edmonton.
It's the oil business. You're gonna get into the oil business.
Fucking. There will be blood, spelled B-L-U-D.
There will be blood.
There will be B-L-U-D. There will be blood, fam. Blood. Coming at you, fam. London, Ontario, fam.
Your family all just like cold-ass, oil baron, like Dallas-type motherfuckers.
My father's not my father. My father actually
Where's
died.
Auntie Marge gone? There was no Auntie Marge. Okay, there was no Auntie Marge.
You're an orphan. Sorry about that. This is quick.
You're an orphan. I drink your
milkshake.
It's just an actual milkshake.
Don't tempt me.
Yeah.
Well, we can't do that because I'll bring all the boys to the yard. All right, we're fucking around here. No, but I appreciate that. Yeah, that's.
What does it mean, Old Town? I want to know. I'm curious.
Okay, so Edmonton, Alberta, for the like, just in a nutshell, it's so far up north where it's like the only it's
Really?
it's sure, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not pointing at his dick for the video viewers.
Taking a I was hoping you were. I was like, well, if you will, all right.
May I?
That's one way to ask for it. And I'd be like, you're calling me polite? Wow. What a fella. What a swell man. Not only does he suck my dick, he said, like, dude, have you ever sucked it? No, but Edmonton, like, it's kind of a city that's, like, built almost out of spite because it's so far north. Like, keep in mind, like, it started off as, like, a fur trading town, like, 200 years ago. It gets to negative 40 degrees Celsius. That's cold enough to where if you're outside for long enough, your eyeballs freeze in your head.
Yeah.
Everything shuts down in like 10 minutes. But they found oil there, so they're like, oh fuck, we got to make this work here. So the whole city is just like built essentially as a fuck you to Mother Nature.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Like it's somewhere around like 700,000 people, and it's built up. But during the winter, it's so cold there that there's like skyscrapers in downtown.
So you are from the aftermath of There Will Be Blood. You're like from the future.
More or less.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I'm from the Canadian offshoot. So
that's as American as a fucking gets, dude. That's why sometimes the red bloodedness comes up in you. Sometimes I talk about communism a little bit too much, and you're like, listen here now.
It does sound like whining though. It's just like, I wouldn't mind if you talked about it without just hold back the tears, would you? Like, how old are you again? Fuck, dude. Jesus Christ. No. But it's so cold in Canada though because of this, and it's like the skyscrapers. There's literally like walkways in between skyscrapers because you can't use a sidewalk, and everybody there works in oil and stuff like that. They commute up because like it's like the hub of like activity. Because then keep in mind, Edmonton, Alberta, there's another 1,000 miles you have to go to where the actual oil is.
Yeah.
Right? Like, and so that's where I'm from. I haven't been there since 5. I hear it's shit, and it's like I wouldn't mind going back one day and just kind of be like, oh well, yeah, it's not as shitty as I thought. Like, but like it's just where I was from, and I don't know much about it beyond that.
Yeah, I mean that's cool. I vibe with it.
Yeah.
I vibe with it. I'm Oil Town.
Oil Town, man.
Oil Town.
I'm an oil man, through and through.
Very, very good, man. It's
This
very
is my German, and we made ourselves quite wealthy.
Oil Town is awesome, dude. Your family's in Dallas. I love it.
That's it.
I'm from a.
Well, no. I wanted to fucking tell you.
Oh, sorry. Did we not talk about EU enough?
No. I thought. Whoa! Excuse me. You told everyone where I was from. Okay. No. You're right. I'll just go fuck myself. I'll just go fuck myself.
Couldn't help myself.
Yeah. Jesus Christ, man. Keep in mind, listeners, this is us when we have like a plan.
Yeah. We're on track, dude. I think we're on track.
We took notes. We're like, we're gonna try to stay on topic. No, but for Dan anyway, you're from a small town called outside of Dusseldorf. It's like
it's outside of Düsseldorf.
It's in the.
I guess technically it's outside of Düsseldorf.
And just outside of Berlin.
It's not inside of Düsseldorf.
It's just outside of Berlin, around 1,000 miles outside of Berlin.
Yeah.
No, but it's all I know about the location is that it's in the flatlands of Germany, and you're near the border with Holland. So nice.
Yeah.
And then middle of buttfuck nowhere. I've met your parents. They're absolutely sweet. But like, even though I don't speak the language, they do reek of like, not reek, but you know what I mean? Like they're small town people anywhere.
They reek. They stink of cow shit.
They're
walking and all they is tractor.
There's no industry. Where's the money? There's nothing to seize.
My parents are from the group of people that kept your ancestors alive while they were drilling for oil, you know. And mine were toiling the fields.
Yo, your family and American Mennonites, I'm sure, originate from the same people. Like, that's what I would say about like the small town. Like whatever Amish Mennonite vibe, it's like your family's like you're an offshoot, but you're from the same source. I feel like, but then more power to you though, because I'm from that. Like you, as I understand it, you have a pretty cool story where like you left home at like 16 for a girl in England, and then which is fucking wild.
It is wild.
Yeah, and you I kind of told your mom, like, I don't know how you even got the ability to whip all this up. When I was 16, like I had to ask for help to masturbate. Okay, which quickly turned into a police investigation.
It's called ADD, man. It's powerful.
Yeah, but you fucking you moved over to England on your own volition. You went to school to study film, and then from there, just at bullet points, you went to Ipswich, and then from Ipswich, I think you moved over to Ireland. So. Bit of like we're both fairly well traveled random people, and that's one of the.
I just moved to random places. Like Ipswich is so random. Like
totally, yeah. Well, similar with like London, Ontario, y'all, Ireland, and that's why I like this sort of thing because it's like who would have thought that two people just on fucking way different parts of the world and lifestyles like would just bump into each other.
That's it though. It's so
just vibe like this, you know.
It's so fantastic though. That's why I love moving from different countries, you know. And in Ipswich, where I'm from is like a village, you know, like we hinted at it earlier, but it's like tiny.
Yeah.
It's
How many people again?
Super tiny. I think it's like I never know for sure because the last census was a while ago. But I think it was,
they forgot to do it the last census.
No, they never.
They're like, we don't even need to do this.
The town archive is like an old dude with a hobby, you know.
Who was sick that day?
Yeah.
So he forgot to do.
Dude with a hobby, and he sometimes asks people. It's a very weird place. I think it's 600, 700, something like that.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's tiny, and it's a lot of farmers.
I've seen pictures though. It looks beautiful though. It's one of those things like if you're looking for like a quiet life, it does seem like a nice place, like just away from it all.
To give you context, there's 3 farmers in the village. 3 farmers, right? Tiny. It's a fucking like 600-700 people village. 3 farmers, and people in the village are like, oh, I can't believe there's only 3 farmers left. It's never been this bad. There's only 3 farmers. That's a lot of farmers.
What about is it like 3 farmers or like 3 farming families or something like that?
Yeah. It's like 3 big farms.
Jeez.
There's a lot of people have chickens and like small fields and stuff, but 3 like big farms, big family farms. Yeah.
Oh, what was it like before that? Where it's just
probably like 12, 15, you know.
Whoa. Back in my day, we used to have double-digit farmers.
So many farms. It's you have it in America as well.
In Edmonton, it's just like we were like, there's only 3 oil tycoons left. What's going on? There used to be 12. What's going on? What happened to Edmonton?
3 people who look like Mr. Monopoly. Something has gone wrong.
I think one of them's just the Pringles guy, aka a fraud.
It is wild though if you think about it. Like it's so crazy because it's just all farmers, you know, for generations and generations. And it's over the last 30, 40 years, it's been like radio, TV, internet, bam, 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 bam. And now someone like me who comes from a place like that can be sitting here doing a podcast in English. Is fun.
Yeah, who knows what you would have been like without the internet, man? You just would have been that 4th farmer.
Yeah, probably.
Farmer number 4, because you have so much ADD. You like, I just gotta fucking do something. I gotta build crops. Or something.
Probably would have been like a useless relative, you know. Like, you know,
you're not now.
You know.
Sing, high five. Oh, you did it again. Whoa, come at your past. Let no material. Boom, boom, boom.
I'm so sorry. I have literally not done the like fist bump fake out in years, but it just felt appropriate. It felt appropriate
twice
today.
There. You're getting caught up, Red. You did it almost as many times as there are farmers in your town.
Yeah. I can't believe it's only twice.
Yeah. However, I'm aware now. Next time you do it, I'm.
Yeah. My parents actually
carry out there. Yeah.
My parents actually saw a stand-up comedy gig.
Really?
Yeah, they went to a stand-up comedy night in a town close by.
Yeah. Like recently.
Like 2 years ago, yeah. They came to the Coca one time and they were like, "What the fuck? This is incredible."
So it wasn't from that they saw the show.
Yeah. They just for context, my parents, my Mama and my Papa, Liebe, do not speak a word of fucking English.
And yet they love me. Yeah, we vibe so hard.
Oh, they're fantastic at communicating with people.
Yeah,
they went to saw one of my comedy shows. They saw a club night in the Coca Club, and they were just having the best time of their life. They were like, "What the fuck? So many people laughing all the time."
Yeah, we'd be lucky if we laughed once, though. But like you mentioned that, there's one joke I think that you mentioned where I mean, I don't remember the context because I wasn't there that night, but it fucking makes me laugh, especially since I know your mom.
Yeah.
She like you were just kind of like, Mom, do you know what a black person is? We don't. Or you're like, we don't have black people in my town, do we? And she's like, no, and the room just pops off like the one word of English.
I don't remember that. Did that happen?
Oh shit! I hope it did.
Oh,
You
you're
told
just
me.
making up stories about my mom being racist. Oh my god.
Look at that shit. No,
Elizabeth.
no, I'm so sorry. No, you told me that though.
Elizabeth, hello, Elizabeth.
Elizabeth, no.
Listen to this.
Oh my god. You said it was something like that though. She partook. I don't know. I suppose this is a lesson for me. I shouldn't say shit that I wasn't a part of.
I don't know. Maybe she did. I don't remember.
You don't remember your own mother.
The whole set felt the most like a blur than I think any set because it was just really surreal to me.
I bet. Yeah.
I know the show was like a killer. Like everyone was killing it. You know,
Yeah,
it's a really good show. So to me, it was just like, this is so surreal, man. This was going to buy me like 10 more years of them believing it's a real job.
Well, it's like two worlds colliding.
Yeah,
like, what the fuck? How are you guys here right now?
They have no concept of what it is, man. No. How is your family? Are they familiar with stand up? Because I remember talking to your uncle about Billy Connolly. That's it.
Yeah. There's though they like them. They're more my family is much more of a musical type of family. Like they're really big into like playing acoustic guitar, and they like the big ones. Like they like Billy Connolly. You know, they have there's this one Eddie Izzard bit that we all just. It's like an ongoing joke in my family. The one where he's like the Death Star.
Yeah. We talked about.
Who the fuck are you?
Yeah. Who the fuck are you?
Like so like they have their like pocketed jokes, but like none of them are as into it like as I am. And like they've seen like a few shows here and there and stuff like that, but it's not they're much more like musically inclined and stuff like that. But it's the thing about my family though. It's like everyone's got their thing and then like a side thing. So for me, it's like they're not like. We're 100% support you. Like, oh no, that's your thing. Cause you know, I have some cousins that are like, you know, surfing teachers. I have some that are really good musicians and singers. Yeah. Oh, and the worst is like when there's like a bit of a sing song going on at the end of the night, like everyone's partaking because like they all play or sing beautifully. And then me is just like, I want to hear this fresh take on 9/11. It's just like, I had nothing to contribute for that aspect, but it's so we all got some there. So they're artistic, but in terms of comedy, it's like they're fans, but not huge fans.
Yeah, I mean that's good. Your family seems a lot more artistic than you gave them credit for.
Well,
I know they seem very cultured. Like in my family, I don't know if any of my close family have ever been to a play. I don't know if
I've been to a couple places. I have an uncle who's an actor. Though.
My mother believes that actors are just like their roles, you know, like their concept of.
How dare you murder that man? Yeah. How is no one arresting you? Like she gets into it.
Their concept of the arts is yeah. They don't interact with it.
They're like, it's missing a letter.
Yeah. I think there's some movies. My dad loves video games.
Yeah.
My dad is probably the most cultured, and that's because of his love for video games, which makes it so much sweeter because it's so genuine, you know?
Yeah.
He was a nerd in Germany when like nobody knew what a video game was in my area.
Yeah. That's probably where you got it from.
Yeah, it's super respect. I love my dad, man. Shout out Clemens.
No, quick shout out.
Shout out Clemens and Elizabeth.
You know, quick shout out to both of them there. Like,
what's your mother's first name again?
Sheila.
Shout out Sheila, man. Shout out to mums and dads and fucking families.
No, my mom is
I won't slight you.
Oh, I was ready for it. I was ready for it. I was gonna fucking just break your like.
For the audio only listeners, I was about to fake him out again, and he was just going to hit my hand.
I was ready for it.
Yeah.
I'll do that one more time. It's gonna descend into like a brawl.
Yeah.
You fucking piece of shit.
I want to talk about when we this time I spent at your family home. Anyways, is it your family home?
Yeah. So bit of context there. So in y'all, my mom's 1 and 9, and they're my grandparents were the town doctors, so they actually had this big house that fit 9 kids and a doctor's surgery. And then when I moved over here, like randomly,
sorry, I'm just gonna get cozy next to you. But this blanket that randomly appeared in the edits.
We're just gonna stop it again, and I also get a blanket. No. But so straight out. So there's this big house there, and then essentially what happened is I was staying there while I got my things together, and I was about to move into Cork City because I wanted to do comedy. Then COVID hit, so I just hunkered down the house. I ended up living in this like mansion for like 3 years basically.
Absolutely insane
Yeah.
gaff, man.
Fucking
Absolutely
wild.
crazy house.
Amazing house. And I was just, I was fucking saltburning it up. I was just walking around naked and just.
Now, I want to give some context here because it wasn't just a mansion, it was like a haunted mansion.
The ghosts didn't bug me, but they're there.
That was like a fucking, like, they would film a Netflix show in there or something.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Like,
Yeah, that shit was haunted as shit, man.
yeah. Well, all my family members say that they've had like ghost experiences. I had one ghost experience there, but we're getting beside the point anyway. Though, like I was there, and then during COVID,
That's all right, man. I don't believe in ghosts, but that shit was haunted.
I don't believe in ghosts, but I do believe in demons, and they're out there. They're in there.
It's like not being religious, but fucking Jesus walked around, you know? Yeah, it was life.
That's my stage name. Why is he naked?
Yeah.
It's a Tuesday. No, but like the house is so big. There was like 9 bedrooms. So I remember I literally would sleep in a different bed every day of the week and not have to do laundry for like 4 weeks because none of the sheets were dirty. But basically, I was there alone though. Like and I remember at the time.
Now get in on this.
Yeah, get on it, there, buddy. Oh, it's so
let's
cozy.
get in on this, babe. Get in on this, babe.
Yeah, but I remember that though, cause like we were still talking on like a group chat and stuff like that, and then at the time I think you were going through a breakup. Cheers, my guy.
I can see the comments already. This is the sleepover podcast.
The coziest podcast on the net.
Yeah.
Hi there. Welcome to the coziest podcast I've ever seen. My name's Dan. My name's Dan. I'm just really happy to be here.
Am I? Oh, I think I've been framed, right? Yeah. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Don't want to rest the camera. I'm ruining the immersion.
Yeah. So what are we talking about here? We're talking about how cozy we are, or Strand House.
We're talking about Strand House.
Okay.
Coziness is not important. I mean, it is.
It's a little bit important.
It's quite important.
This is a game changer, if I'm being honest with you.
Yeah, and Strand House is more important.
It's not that cozy, especially in the winter. It's so
oh, it did
cold.
get quite cold.
I got pneumonia. I almost got pneumonia twice there.
I do want to say though how it was right by the ocean.
Yep.
There was you go out and there'd be this like big patch of green grass and a little stone bit, massive little space to run around and play fucking games in. And then a wall right at the end of it, like a little actual like stone wall, you know?
Right into the ocean.
And right on the other side of that wall is the ocean or the beach, depending on the tide.
Exactly. Yeah.
Unbelievable, man.
Yeah, I was sick.
So good.
We would we could fish right off the wall there.
Yeah.
We could jump off the wall at high tide and stuff like that.
One time we caught something. This is a little story time for everybody. We caught a fish. Well, we were fishing for a while, me and you. We were just chilling, having a fish. And then our friend Mandla, shout out Mandla, our friend Mandla from Swaziland, he showed up, he rolled up, and he grabbed the fishing bowl for like 3 seconds and pulled out the fish.
Pulled out
immediately.
I'll never forget the look on his face. He was literally just like, kind of like, yeah, he threw it out, and he's like, seaweed. He's like, he gives me a look with the eyebrows like, I think I got something. I was like, no way. And sure enough, it slapped around. It was a fucking bass.
I mean, you might think that me and you sitting here drinking whiskey out of wine glasses under a blanket would be the most emasculated we've ever been. But it was that.
You don't know me very well. That's not even top 10. I am not a masculine man at all.
Yeah, but that's the way to be, man. That we have it so much easier because then we don't need to know what to do in those situations. Mandel, on the other hand, fucking walks up. Everybody's like, "Oh shit, the fish is still alive. What do we do?" This guy pulls on a knife. He's like, "Oh, just gotta fucking kill it."
Oh no, I had to kill it with a rock first, and I was like, I told Ellen and Grace, who's now my girlfriend, actually.
He smashed it with a rock.
That's what you have to do. Oh, bro.
I don't think I was even there for that part. That's so funny.
Bro, you don't even realize. Oh, man. The first time I had to do that, I was alone. Because what I'd do is, like, normally I'd be fishing with my uncles. And then, like, if I pulled in a fish, they'd be like, hooray, it's great. I hand the fish off to them. They kill it. They skin it, do everything. The first time.
That part is fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
Probably when you get the fish to before the fish dies, they're, like, desperate to be alive.
Yeah. All flapping all around.
Yeah.
And the first time I ever caught a fish by myself, I immediately was like so happy. I was like, yeah, I did it. And as soon as I pulled it, I was like, oh god, like I have to do it. So sure enough, and then every time I do it, I do try to do that Avatar thing where I'm just like, thank you very much for this. I'll make good use out of this fish. And then but yeah, so fucking that one time where it was like Grace, Mandla, Ellen, yourself, and me. We had a nice time there, but the first time I ever brought you down there, I remember that, and I think this is one of the things that really kind of solidified a bit more of a friendship.
Yeah.
Was, during the middle of COVID, you shouldn't be traveling around at all or whatever. But I remember you were just going through a bit of a breakup. Not going into details, whatever. But
Yeah.
I knew it was like I knew COVID alone was hard, and then I was hard for me, and let alone how tricky it would be alone in the city, and maybe
Yeah.
wanted to get out of it. And I just offered, hey man, you want to pop down? We didn't even
I
know each
remember.
other too well. 'Cause
No,
we
no,
started
we
being-
didn't. But I remember then.
Yeah.
You invited me up, and I came down, and we just had the fucking chillest time.
Yeah, man. It was
It's
so
the
cool.
chillest time.
Yeah, man.
And then the next time I came up, I brought up the swords.
Oh, the foam swords. They're like moldy
And I
now.
think that's when we fucking when we became like fucking yes, I love this guy.
Oh, this fucking psychopath. No, because what happened was like there's like this porch. We had this porch that a wooden porch that
No, don't get to the porch just yet. The porch is too quick.
Dude, what the
Swords,
fuck?
swords before porch.
We just talked about the swords. Now
No,
we're just talking about the
no,
swords.
no,
There
we
were
need to-
swords. We sword
There's
fought.
more sword detail. Don't say
Okay.
we sword fought. That makes it sound like we slapped
Oh.
our willies off each other.
Oh.
We-
Oh, those swords, the foam swords. Oh, yeah. Oh, you didn't want to talk about that on air. Oh, my bad. Okay. I think we have this blanket here. we love swords so much we're fucking using them right now.
Yeah, there's a whole fencing club down there.
Well, I remember this with the swords. I always accidentally almost killed you. Like they're foam swords. They're supposed to be non-violent, but I always found this way to just get this foam sword to just hit you right in the throat, and you're just like, oh.
Yeah, that shit was that hurt terribly, man.
I felt bad, but I was also like, it's good to know I slay with a sword. It's good to know all those Star Wars reenactment videos are paying off for me.
Yeah, it's making my throat hurt just thinking about it.
Which sword are we talking about here? Oh fuck no, but yeah. So the sword fight is sick because it's just sparring.
Yeah, but what I always really loved is we were like, because you had that stone wall right next to the ocean, and we just hop on the stone wall and start fucking dueling, dude. That shit was sick.
100%. Oh man, and we got videos of it as well.
Yeah,
I think
dude.
it's on Instagram as well. Like it was
If
sick.
someone wants to investigate, you can find the sickest video ever.
And with like the best, like the sky up there,
Yeah.
it's in the middle of nowhere. You get more stars, and like I think it was like a sunset. It was so majestic. It was the most majestic video of us fucking around I think that we'll ever do.
Yeah.
Like it was accidental art.
It was the
Accidental Wes
peak.
Anderson.
It's all been downhill from then, really.
Yeah, no, we've
Yeah.
just been trying to recapture that glory.
I don't. You tell him about the porch, man. I know you're itching to tell him about the
Because
porch.
this fucking
Yeah,
psycho
I know you're
almost burnt.
itching to talk about the porch.
Remember how we're talking about how amazing and big this house? This guy almost fucking destroyed the property.
You did not destroy the property. You were over exaggerating.
It was
the
too
facts of
close
the
for
situation.
Okay. All right, no, listeners, you tell me. All right, because here's what it is though. Like, there's this wooden porch, sort of like slope, sort of thing that was leading up to the door. My family had just like taken it apart because they wanted to like revamp it. So there's like a whole huge pile of wood there, and my uncle was saying like, "Oh yeah, there's enough wood here for like 5 or 6 nice little bonfires, quaint little
Yeah.
thing." I bring Dan over. I encourage him. Yeah, let's get a bonfire going. It'd be a nice, cool buzz and everything like that. We fucking just burned the whole porch in one day. And me the whole time, I'm like, I guess I'm being a bit of a nerd here. I was just kind of like, I don't think this is a good idea. He's like, no, I've been around fires. I've been around way bigger fires. This is fine. Thankfully, it was on like a stone terrace, but I was thinking like, if I'm the fucking family member that
It was
burns
fine, though.
this house down, I'm never gonna. The stakes are raised for me. I could have been
It was
excommunicado.
fine. That was fine, though.
I could have been excommunicado. I would have to go back to Canada.
Ah, bro.
I couldn't stay around
Bro,
with this.
I would have never burned your house down, bro. Never.
You fucking tried. Is that the fucking thing that bugs me? You've tried.
I would never. No, I wasn't even close. It's a little fire.
It's a fucking
A
huge
tiny
fire.
little fucking
It was a
fire.
huge fire.
Ooh, I'm so scared of the fire. I'm James. The fire is so scary.
Oh, okay. Fucking fires are fine then. Green fire. Green fire. That's a deep cut. No, but
You can't make references to podcasts that will never be released, man.
no, we didn't even
Yeah,
do
you
because this is the
gotta
first one.
cut that shit out.
No, but going back to the fire though. The funniest bit that I got after that was like, because the whole night you kept on trying to reassure me, oh, bro, this is fine. I do big fires, big fires.
Everybody put green fire in the comments.
Yeah. And then we'll pick one person and we'll actually give them a sword. Which one? You'll have to find out.
We'll give him a USB microphone.
You can use it. Right? I gotta get some back. Actually, I don't know if he gets viewers. Fuck it, yeah, get a microphone.
No, we're not giving a microphone away. Don't give him hope.
Well, you gotta get viewers, man. We gotta give them something to get in there, But the funniest thing about the fire that I just keep laughing at is like, again, the whole night you kept on telling me like, Oh, don't worry. I'm in Germany. I'm from Germany. We deal with way bigger fires. The next day, you're just like, yeah, I've never seen a fire that big in my life. I was like, you fucking, you got, what do you do there? And then I had to explain to my Uncle Patty that I was just kind of like, oh yeah, we had like 5 or 6 bonfires. It was one night. We just put the whole porch in one night. But it was sick though. It was like a fucking.
This is really nice whiskey. Would it infuriate you to no end if I water it down?
Just a little bit. Less is more. Like you cannot do a whole lot though. Oh. That's all right.
Everybody watch James Payne. Tell him about this whiskey, James.
It was fantastic.
Someone pissed in it.
Well,
oh, Dan, I really enjoyed talking about our friendship. It's a shame it's over.
Yeah. You know what? This whiskey's good. You know what it needs though? It's a good dose of disrespect. No, but I was just in Edinburgh. Got this nice bottle of whiskey. It's aged on the coast, so it has a bunch of like salt infusion, and it's a nice elegant touch. I don't have the whiskey glass to go along with it, hence these guys here. But it's a nice touch there.
Tastes wonderful with some water.
Tastes wonderful. And no, but there's a
sparkling water.
Yeah, but going back to ew, whoa, all right, don't even joke about that, buddy.
Yeah.
But going back to the Strand House, so it's like there's a few times that I brought you down there where I was like, and yeah, that kind of solidified it. Like even
I just want to speak on that from my point of view because I was in I was in a bad place at the time. I think I was at a low, and you really helped me because I didn't have any friends. I had like a few friends that was making at the Apple job. That I still am friends with.
Bleep that out. You don't have to, I suppose.
Oh, fuck.
You don't have to. I'm thinking about you. I don't care.
I don't know. I might not. I might. It might make me feel a little naughty.
What are they gonna do? Fire you? It's fine.
I might think about it late at night and get a fucking raging add-on.
That explains the sword.
I try people out. Who knows? You can see if it's peeped out. But anyways, I met people at work that I knew that I was scared of becoming friends with, but I didn't really know them that well, and they didn't really live. A lot of them lived in Dublin, some of them lived in Cork. You know, you just hanging out with me for like 2-3 weekends, pretty much straight was fucking great. It helped me right out of that pit, man. Like genuinely.
Yeah, man. Because it's one of those things. Like again, like the most of our friendship at that point was like we were doing open mics a little bit, and we were in like a group chat.
Yeah.
And but you left enough of an impression where I was just like, yeah, I don't know. There's a bit of a chance, but I was like, no, let's get him down here. He's a cool person. He's going to a tough spot. We all need a bit of.
Yeah.
I benefit as well. You're great, crack. You're so much fun. It was good to have you down there for me as well, because like I'm in the middle of y'all during with not a lot of people either. So it was cool for me to have that. But no, there was a lot of cool moments that really.
Remember I went to that Dublin gig.
Yeah.
And was it you who Ray got really pissed?
Yeah.
That was pretty funny.
I fucked up bad though, because during COVID we traveled up to Dublin for one of the few comedy gigs going on, and then I told one of our other comedian friends, Ray Murphy, shout out Ray. I was like, I want to get drunk like the Irish, and we did that. We did just that. We were just down in pints of Guinness like no one's business, and then I was like, I literally can't do another one, and then he heard. I said I can't do anymore. Yeah. He heard, oh, let's get Jameson's. That just put me over the edge. We went to the hotel. I just fucking passed right out.
Ah, man, that was very early days. But I think that's one of the first times I hung out with you also at comedy. It was that day, which is really, I remember you were like really, really pleasant, and then you were just fucked.
That's the whole night.
Yeah, we walked into the gig, and you were like fucking chirpy and like fucking taking charge of the conversation, and then we walked out of the club, and you were unable to do anything.
It's my own fault. I asked Ray, let me get drunk like the Irish, and we did that. We just did that, you know.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. So
this was all within COVID regulations, by the way. Because you keep being
shout out COVID.
You motherfucker, you right here. You keep being like, oh yeah, during lockdown, we traveled up to a comedy gig. You make it so.
What are they gonna do now?
This was all regulation stuff. This was all when stuff became okay, or when it was still okay.
Yeah.
I think that was actually the last comedy gig in Ireland, though. It might have been the very last.
No.
Before lockdown.
No, it was one of the first ones after lockdown. It was different.
Oh.
So I think you might have already been down to y'all at that point. It's kind of tricky with COVID and lockdown.
No. It was 100% not after lockdown.
It was during lockdown. It was like coming to the end.
It was
of
at the beginning of lockdown, I'm pretty sure.
No.
Because the later half of lockdown was after the breakup, and that was before the breakup.
Maybe. Maybe.
Yeah,
I was pretty
yeah,
drunk that day, so I'm not the one. I'm not the
Yeah,
one-
why are we trusting your
Yeah,
recollection
exactly.
of events?
Why am I so like? Why am I so adamant about this? I have no information whatsoever.
Yeah, it's fun to get smashed at a gig sometimes. It is
Yeah,
fun.
Well, both if you're performing or if you're watching. There's I will say this for other podcasts, but we'll talk about times when we were on stage under the influence. That's a whole other.
Yeah, that would be a different kind of. But just to kind of loop it all back around. So we've been doing comedy ever since we met, really. After we had like we hung out a lot during lockdown. We really got on. We were like, oh, we have a lot of the same interests. We fucking both think swords are cool.
That was about it. That was enough. That's all we needed.
we just started hanging out more and more. And you're legitimately the most pleasant person to be around
Thanks, man.
in my life. Yeah. It's very lovely to hang out around you, and so you always have good vibes, and you're always fucking supportive. Always willing to have an ear for stuff, you know. Yeah.
That's why I like hanging out with you, because you just balance me out. Like, you're such a piece of shit. It's like yin and yang, though. No, man, I feel the same way.
If you ever got any issues going on, don't fucking come.
Do what you need to do and shove it down. Okay, shove it down and keep it to yourself.
Yeah,
Right?
let's have a hug.
Oh, I love you.
Let's have a hug. This is very handsome, isn't it?
It is, man. Yeah, absolutely.
I meant to say wholesome, but handsome as well, because we're both fucking
Yeah, look at us.
gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
I mean,
I want a soundbite of that.
we could talk. We can talk. Maybe we should talk about why we doing this podcast, because that was on the list. So we become really good friends, do comedy together. I've been literally on the circuit for like how long? 2.5 years now. It's about that. Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
And ever since then, we've always talked about doing stuff, and we just hang out all the time, and we talk all the time.
So look, any comedian knows that who's listening to this knows it's like, oh, we're going to start a podcast. You know, like it's a cliche. That's probably one of the more boring segments for it. But it's like the thing that gets me into doing this podcast is like,
all right, dude, fucking don't put it down already.
Well,
don't put it. All right, guys, so we're gonna do a little boring segment now. So any of you want to like tune out for 5 minutes, now is the time.
Well, like, shocker. 2 straight white male comedians want to start a podcast. Whoa, let's really break some new ground here, folks. Jesus Christ. Dan.
Yeah, that's why I don't even want to go into more. I don't want to explain any more than just like we hang out all the time.
Yeah,
and we wanted to do a podcast, so why not fucking just do it?
That's the thing for me, where it's like, yeah, exactly. Like, we just hang out and talk shit anyway. So it's like, yeah, man, let's fucking bring some people into it. Let's post it up there, and
yeah.
And it's just like an excuse to hang out with you once a week.
And it's just,
love you, dog.
And honestly, man, I'd rather just give it a go, you know?
Yeah, that's it, man. But like, sometimes in life, all you can do is give it a go.
Give it a go. No, we're not ending it here.
Well, fuck. Shit, man. I thought that would have been it, though. Are you sure? That was like the end of like an 80s feel-good movie.
Yeah, but it's good. It's good to ruin it right at the end, so the listener's always on edge.
Okay.
Yeah, I wanna give updates. I wanna give live updates. We should talk about how life has been recently, because we're probably gonna do that. So it'd be good to always do a little like diary pod, you know?
Okay.
Yeah. I've been going to the gym. It is good, and if I keep saying that on the podcast, then it's a good thing. And if I don't, please like DM me on Instagram and tell me to go to the gym.
Well, I'll lead the charge on that. Like we'll get the viewers to do that, but I'll lead the charge every week. I'll just be like, you go to the gym.
Yeah, I need to keep doing it. I did the big weights today.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Talking about 12 pounders here, folks.
Yeah. No, not even just they have like the little hand weights.
Yeah.
And then they have like a kind of like smaller one that you put 2 weights on, and they have the really big one that's in the, what do you call it, the squat rack.
Yeah.
And you take it out. Yeah.
You ever think about being a personal trainer, man?
No. I'm explaining this reader. You got the big ones and the small, and you got the thing and the thing.
Oh, yeah. I would pay you to be a personal trainer for a day. €50. Just like, all right, grab that big thing.
Alright, just fine. Big thing, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down.
Side. Water. And we're done.
And I also learned a lesson that like I'm doing like a bit of studying about what exercise to do. I'm doing a few you told me about, doing a few other friends told me about. But I also just starting to realize that like fucking, when it comes to it, you can just kind of copy what other people are doing.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, if someone looks what they're doing and you just kind of copy them, that's like a really good way to go about it.
That's most of what I know, because I've been going to the gym for like I guess consistently for like 12
Yeah.
years now. Like I've consistently since I was 17, and everything I've learned from the gym, I've either learned from watching people or just going up and asking.
Yeah.
Fun fact: you can look up a video of me on YouTube where I'm just pulling a Jeep.
Oh, the Jeep. We'll have to watch that on the podcast sometime.
That'll be a fun one.
That'd be like a Patreon exclusive.
But that guy there was like this fucking insane FedEx worker in London, Ontario. The guy just fucking like, I'd be doing a workout and he would just kind of be like, you would just be like, oh, what are you doing? Workout legs? No, you're not. You're pulling Jeeps. I'm pulling a Jeep today. All right, very good. But no, that's how you learn by just asking people.
I'm a bit introverted at the gym, and I don't talk to people. I don't ask anybody. I just copy them. I'll be standing there with some weights, and I see in the mirror, I see a guy who knows what he's doing, and he's doing like some of this crack. I'm like, oh yeah, that looks good.
Yeah.
And I give that a go.
Stuff,
yeah, really, that's simple.
Yeah, that's it.
And then you like know this because you work out. You know when it feels good. You know when it hurts and it doesn't feel good. And you know when it feels good. And your muscles feel like they're being worked, and
exactly.
And that's just what I've been going for. And it's been nice.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, it's been
No,
nice.
sincerely, I'm glad to see that. Like, I'm a big advocate for that.
Yeah, big gym talk on the podcast. That's the end of Dan's gym update. Dan's gym update.
Steroids, the podcast. That would be a
This
hell of
is
a
not
segment.
your mom's fitness podcast. Dan goes to the gym.
Fitting this dick in your ass. that's no, sorry, we're going back to sword fighting.
Real gym addicts.
Real gym shit. Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Damn, son, how'd you live this?
EA Sports. It's in the gym.
Do you have anything going on in your life that you want to talk about?
This, yeah. Well, in a nutshell, a few things going on, but in a nutshell, of a big drop for the next week's podcast. But for in general, though, I'm doing a lot of traveling this year because I've been in y'all for like 3.5 years, moved in the city, and it's like Ireland's nice, but kind of what you're talking about there, like I want to travel around Europe and take more advantage of this. So just this year, I've been to Barcelona for a weekend. I went back to Edinburgh last weekend, and that's where I got this weekie. Shout out Edinburgh. I'm just gonna shout out people. And then yeah, just
It's not a person, that's a city.
shout out Edinburgh. Edinburgh. And then yeah, just want to do more traveling. Number one, to be more cultured, but then down the line also do gigs as well. Outside of Ireland as well. Just spread the wings there a little.
That's good, man. That's good. I guess that's something we should do before we go. What's like? I was about to be like, where do you see yourself?
Being a valued member of this company.
In your chair.
In your wife. Oh fuck. That's I don't know. That could go either way. They might respect you or you're done.
But like, what is a year from now? What do you want to have achieved? Let's say that.
I would like to have gigs in 6 different countries. I'd like to have traveled in probably 6 different countries as well.
You easily do that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, because it's manageable. Like, it's so easy to just be like, every weekend I want to go somewhere. That's too. That's exhausting. I can't fucking do that. So no, just a cool few spots, doing gigs in those spots as well. Just really get some more traveling under my belt. Like, we're going full circle. Like, it's good to travel and see new cultures. You learn and you grow. Get material out of every place as well, which is handy. And so I have a few goals there, but for right now, traveling would be pretty cool.
That's good.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm going to do when it comes to traveling?
What?
I'm going to give it a go.
Well, I haven't said what my goal in a year, so you can't just...
Thank you very much for joining us. No, shit, sorry. No. All right, so what is your goal then for this year then? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about something else than James for a second.
You talked about work. That was your shit. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh my God, we only talked about Dan 45 times this podcast. I wanted even 57.
Only 3 farmers, dude. My goal in 1 year is to make that 4. My goal in 1 year is to sell out my tour that I currently have going on. Tickets on www.theonlyfunnygerman.com.
Shout out. No, he's got 3 cool gigs. Honestly, like I'm a fan of Dan as a comic and as a friend there. He's got a great fucking bit of stand-up. He's doing Belfast, Dublin, and Cork.
Belfast, Dublin in October.
That's it.
End of October, beginning of November.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you want to like just see some of this fucking funny fucker live, by all means, get
That's
tickets.
my goal. And I'd like to stay active on social media because I stopped being active. I like to stay, but that's like
You stop being active. Fucking nothing going on social media. I'm terrible at that.
yeah. For you, being active is like 2 posts a year. For me, being active is like a post every second day.
Yeah. Oh man, that's one thing I just
Yeah.
you know what, I guess going back to another thing, yeah, just going up to 3 posts a year. That's another goal I have.
And you'll smash that, man. I think you break the 1,000 followers this year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got like 500. I got 497 to go, so we'll see.
The second you get the 1,000, you can walk around everywhere going, shoot, I've got 1,000 followers. That's more people than Dan has in his village.
400 more people.
I don't even know how many farmers.
That's 999. That's 996 more people than Dan's village has farmers. No, yeah, so something like that. Yeah, you know what? I like that. Yeah, 1,000 Instagram followers by the end of the year. Nothing crazy,
100%.
but I think it can be done.
Yeah, 100%. All right. And you know what? Like, that's the thing with goals. And you might achieve it, you might not, but you have them there. This is the fucking target to hit. And until you get there, you just.
Now?
Yeah.
I do it when I want to say. No, when we do that, we give it a go.
Oh, let's go from the beginning. You know, you try. Take 2.
So my name is James. This is James, and we're from. No. This is going really off the rails. Anyhow, that's us. That's our first podcast here. Thank you guys so much. We've obviously been giving it a go.
Don't just give it like a fucking professional outro now. That ruin the vibe.
Well, what else are we supposed to do?
We're supposed to.
Give it a go.